So, you know how it's always been a Southern tradition that we eat some form of pork at the beginning of the year. And I'm such a Southern girl that pig feet is what I normally always go with. I really don't do chitlins that much, but I love pig feet. So I've decided to share my recipe with you guys because I think it'd be a cool Sweetchi treat. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna show you how to make pig feet, cabbage, and cornbread. Okay, so first we're gonna start off by unpackaging our pig feet. This is how it should look. This is a split hoof. This is a Southern delicacy. So we're gonna unpackage all of the pig feet. And I'm making a lot today. So I'm gonna pull them all out, and I'm gonna just put them on my cutting board. I have a wooden cutting board here that I washed and cleaned really good before I pulled the pig feet out, and I'm gonna get these nice and washed up so that we can put them on to boil. Okay, so we're just gonna wash these really good. I'm washing them in there like a little drain-proof bowl. Now it's time for some seasoning. I started seasoning and didn't realize I wasn't recording. Sorry guys. Using complete seasoning by Dia. I mean, this stuff has everything in it. I think it's like basil, oregano. It smells great, so using that to season. Again, I already started seasoning some now because I am a Cajun Southern girl. I love my spices, especially the Tony Chachere's more spice seasoning. I use this in a lot of different things. It's an allspice, so it also has. So we got the Tony Chachere's. Now we're using some garlic salt because garlic is great. It's great in your food. It's great for your health. I just love garlic. And just to give you guys a quick tip, if you have high blood pressure issues, let's just say if your blood pressure kind of goes up high really quickly, really easily, you can eat a clove of garlic and it'll help to bring it down really fast. So now we got just some regular black pepper. And I love my pepper because I love hot and spicy food. So got the black pepper. So we got these all seasoned up now, and it's pretty much time to put them on to boil. So I have chopped up what's called the trinity. We got celery, bell pepper, and onions. This is used in most Cajun and Southern foods. These are like the three main vegetable ingredients to just give so much delicious flavor to whatever it is that you're trying to boil or bake. This is like awesome as the base for it. Okay, so I got my pig feet in the pot all ready to go. What I'm gonna do is just add in my trinity of vegetables so that it will cover, you know, the entire mixture. And I'm just going to, okay, now I'm gonna fill this pot up with water, and we're going to start it on a boil, and we're actually gonna let it boil for about 3 to 4 hours, I say, until the meat is nice and tender and falling off the bone. So I got my pot here boiling, and next I'm gonna add my secret ingredient, the Lipton onion soup mix. I'm gonna put 2 of these in there along with some bay leaves because, you know, bay leaf gives it that nice, I don't know, bay leafish type of feel, something. Oh, I can't get this thing open. Here's my bay leaf. It's actually a little, smells all minty and green. I'm gonna drop a couple of those in there along with the Lipton onion soup mix. Just pop these bad boys open, puts them in there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna stir all of the ingredients together. It looks like a nice pot of stew. Stir everything together, and I'm gonna put a top on this, and again, let it cook for about 3 to 3.5 hours until it's nice and tender. Oopsie daisies, I almost forgot. You gotta use your vinegar, and I'm gonna use, so I filled up my little glass bowl with vinegar. Just gonna pour that in there. Give it another good stir. And let it sit. Please don't forget the vinegar, guys. It's like so important. Okay, so now it's time for the cabbage. Ooh, the cabbage, the vegetables. First, we're gonna take us a whole head of cabbage, rinse it off really good, the outer perimeter. Make sure you get that good and rinsed off. Shake it. And what I'm gonna do is just chop off the bottom butt piece of this, because I'm not really gonna use that. So just gonna go ahead and remove that. And then I'll turn it this way and cut down the middle of each piece of cabbage. Then turn each side like this and just begin thinly slice it. I don't like my chunks of cabbage too chunky. Just like them nice, thinly sliced. So I do that, take it, chop it in half, chop it again. And I'm gonna do this with the other piece of cabbage, get it all nice and chopped up. Okay, so now that I have all of my cabbage nicely chopped, I'm just going to submerge this in the water and let it sit for a few minutes. I want to make sure that it just gets nice and washed really well. Okay, so now I have some nice pork ham pieces. These things are so nice and chunky. I'm gonna put a few of these pieces into the skillet and just sear them some with a little bit of oil. Just a little bit of oil on it. I personally prefer Wesson canola oil. I think it's just an awesome little light oil to use. I'm gonna drizzle a little oil in there and let these get nice and seared before I add my cabbage into the skillet. Okay, so while we're waiting on those ham slices to get good and seared, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my cornbread. And main reason is because I like to time my food. I prefer for my food to be done all together. So I just always basically time everything so it'll pretty much all kind of get ready at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend my cornbread mixture together. I'm using Jiffy. Now, you know, cornbread is an interesting thing. Cornbread, cornmeal, anything like that. It's really interesting. I always use 2 boxes of Jiffy. I prefer Jiffy because it is a sweeter cornbread or a sweeter cornmeal muffin mix. Actually, it's corn muffin mix. So I do prefer the Jiffy corn muffin mix. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that in a nice round bowl. And I like my cornbread super sweet. You know this is Sweetchi Treats. We do things super sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and just add this sugar, a bowl of this sugar in there as well. And 2 large eggs. Okay, and we're gonna I'm gonna eye it. I'm good at eyeing stuff. I'm gonna pour in about half a cup to a cup of milk. Less is always more. It's better to put in less milk and have to add milk to it. versus putting in too much milk, like it seems as though I might have done. So I actually had to add almost another box of Jiffy and a little bit more sugar, just because it was a little too runny for me. So now I am stirring, stir, stir, stir. You can use a cake mixer if you like. Me, I'm old-fashioned a little bit to a certain degree, so I like to just stir until I get all the lumps out and get it nice and creamy and whipped, and then I'm going to put it in my baking pan. So I got my cake pan all nice and greased. I'm going to use a pound cake pan because, like I said, I like my cornbread super sweet, so it's gonna kind of be kind of cakey. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour my mixture into this cake pan and just turn it like that. Keep pouring it. Now I don't want to fill this all the way up to the top. You want to definitely leave room for this to rise, because it's going to rise and you don't want it to spill over like I did not too long ago. It made a big old mess. So yeah, definitely don't fill it all the way to the top, you know, just enough for it to nicely rise. So got that nice and situated, and now it's time to pop this bad boy into the oven. My ham pieces are nice and seared, so now it's time to add in the cabbage. So just gonna add my cabbage in. Now mind you, the cabbage is going to shrink down as you add it in, so you don't want to put too much in. I'm going to add some of this cabbage in, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to season this cabbage. So I added some of my Tony Chachere's seasoning in, and I'm just going to stir the seared ham pieces along with some of the drippings from the sear in with this cabbage, and just let it fry and simmer. I'm gonna put some more of it in here. Still stirring. I just want to get all of it into the pot now. And again, as this cooks, it's gonna continue to reduce down. If you see any big chunky parts that you don't really like to eat, just go ahead and toss those. Gonna just let this cook down really, really good. Just let it simmer. Okay, and I'm just gonna pair everything with some nice Tappy's black-eyed peas. I love these black-eyed peas. They come with bacon bits in them. I might put some jalapenos in them, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I didn't really feel like actually making dry beans, because I'm still trying to get the hang of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these bad boys open. Nice little canned black-eyed peas to go along with everything. So as you guys can see, my rice is ready. Nice fluffy Zatarain's rice. I love the Zatarain's. And my pig feet are about halfway done. They're still simmering. So what I'm gonna do is add in some brown gravy mix and give that a stir. And that's just gonna add a little bit more brown coloring to it. Let's get these bad boys nice and stirred. Guess I shouldn't do this and hold the camera at the same time. Nice and brown. I'm gonna butter it up. It's all super sweet. I'm gonna get it to butter it up. So everything else is done. We're just waiting on the pig feet to get it together, and I'm gonna add some Slap Yo Mama seasoning. Do y'all know about Slap Yo Mama seasoning? It is the business. This Cajun seasoning is hot and it is so good. I'm gonna add some Slap Yo Mama in there, not too much because it does not take that much, just to give it a little more heat. And there you have it. Pig feet, black-eyed peas, cornbread, and cabbage. What a great Sunday super Sweetchi treat. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next video. Love you and have a blessed day. This is so good, just makes me want to sing.